B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
So I dropped it. Before I dropped it, I went, like, I didn't go by it, but it's my legal name, so I had to give it from time to time. And then there would always be people that would like, wow, is that really your name? Because that doesn't sound like, you don't sound like that would be your name. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but thank you, I guess.
I mean, I am the whitest white girl ever, and my name is
right.
So.
That was a surprise to me. That was a huge surprise.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. This is the Boxing B-Sides podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Leo, joined by Drip Nada, the homies. We are here in full effect. Golden Boy on the 27th at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. There were a considerable number of fights on this card. Do not go watch them because you're going to not like it.
Wasn't a good. I didn't watch it, but I'm assuming it was a bad time.
It was not a it was not a good time. The main event. So Von Alexander, he was on a card. I want to say a PBC card recently at 168 or 175. I don't remember what, but he came in with these weird shoes that looked like running shoes. Turns out those are his boxing shoes. Just look up Von Alexander and you'll see his like salmon pink bright ass fucking shoes, and they look ridiculous. But anyway, he stunk it out.
They can't look worse than Haney's. Wasn't it Haney had the like
the Uggs?
Dude, Haney's are bad.
Boots?
The Uggs, yeah, he had Uggs on.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous. I would say it's a different kind of bad.
Fair.
It's like a man wore his Hokas to the gym.
So it's apparently Darius Fulghum. That's how he prefers it. And it was another one of those situations where it's like, if you are who Oscar says you are, you should be finishing this. Like Darius came in on, or Vaughn came in on a week and a half's notice, and they gave him an exemption. Like Vaughn came in at 175, Fulghum came in at 168. So I understand he's a little bit bigger than you, yeah, but this is a fucking journeyman, dude. What are you doing? You're supposed to be stopping these guys, and this is like the third fight in a row where you're stinking it out because you cannot figure out how these crafty, shitty veterans just jab and grab to the end of the fight, and you're not figuring it out. It raises a lot of question marks. So if you want to shit on Fulghum, then go watch that, but otherwise just skip the card.
No problem.
All right, moving on to some champion shit. ProBox had a
ProBox always delivers,
and they had a fucking title fight. I'm really happy for them. Like,
They're on the come up.
It's like, are we still in their first year of operation and they're already at the title level, like world title level? Still,
I mean, listen,
really
man, you put on like, is it weekly or every 2 weeks that you fight?
Every 2 weeks. Yeah.
You put on bi-weekly fights free on YouTube.
Solid.
There's no way you're not gonna get big.
Yeah, dude.
It's like then you have like the big promotions, like, Golden Boy, Matchroom, whatever, that can't put on a fight for fucking months.
And what's cool is Angelo Leo is gonna be, he's moving up, like he's being promoted out of ProBox, and he's going for a title fight.
As a matter of fact, I want to see if ProBox needs judges, referees. I'm gonna apply.
I think they bank on not needing judges most of the time, but
dude, I still go.
Oh yeah, dude, they're in like their seats are actually like the prices are like very fan friendly. I recommend going.
And it's not a arena.
It's in the Panhandle
Where's
of
ProBox
Florida. Palm City, Florida.
Oh, so we'll take a little vacation in Florida, see some ProBox. Problem.
Do some meth. I don't know. What
I
do they do
don't
down there? I don't know.
They do pure Colombian jet fuel.
And they do freedom down in fucking Florida.
They do a lot.
Anyway,
Sometimes too
They
much.
do everything in Florida. Isn't that where the PCP guy ate the guy's face?
yes.
Yeah, sounds about
Yeah.
right.
It wasn't PCP. It was synthetic marijuana spice.
Oh, with a K2?
Yep, K2.
Ah, yes. K2.
Yeah.
I see. I just
That's a different podcast, though.
Yeah, I think we talk about this kind of stuff on Hard Shell Tacos quite a bit. But all right, the ProBox card. It was on the Friday, June 28th. This was in DC at the Entertainment and Sports Arena. I think that's like a local government-owned venue or whatever. But anyway, bottom up. Benjamin Johnson was making his debut, gets the stoppage in 1 over Michael Williams. Jordan Roach. This was one I meant to go and watch. He gets the UD over Luis Cambero. And Jordan Roach, I think, is like Lamont's younger brother.
I think so.
They're related. I know for sure they're immediate family, but I just don't know what the hierarchy is. Derek Davis stops Matias. My heart breaks with that name. Matias Arriagada stops him in 2. Eric Hernandez, UD over Jonathan Godoy. Ooh, Greg Outlaw. Excellent name, bro. He stops Isidro Curiel in 4. Trayvon Marshall.
No.
Oh, I fucked that up. Wait, was it? It was Outlaw, right?
Outlaw fought. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mixed that
Okay,
up.
sorry.
No,
You
I
got your
mixed
outline.
that up. Yeah, I mixed that up. Rihanna Rios, UD over Mary Romero. Renee Telez Giron. I don't recall what the decision was, but it was stopped in 7. Alex Dil Mahani. I remember watching this, and I don't remember why it was stopped.
I want to say headbutt cut,
I think that
but
was
I'm not
it.
sure.
Lester in the co-main. Lester Martinez, UD over Carlos Gongora. If that name sounds familiar, he went to war with Christian Mbili. That was the first one of the first Mbili fights I'd ever seen. That was where it was like I got put on notice. Like Mbili's like, watch this guy. And then Lamont Roach stops Feargal McCrory in 8. I need to find some positive words here, because like Lamont should have finished this sooner. He had all the tools. He had the technique. He had the finesse to stop McCrory sooner than 8.
McCrory's a tough dude.
He
though.
is. Yeah, he's super tough.
He absorbed a lot of punishment.
I think it was like round 7, or I think it was like 6 or 7, late 6 or round 7, where it's one of those things where like Roach is just whooping on Feargal, and to his credit, yeah, his chin is solid, and he's really like he's still trying. But it's one of those things like, what more do you want to, like, to the ref? Like, what else do you want?
Yeah.
What more do you want to see? Do you need Feargal to fucking die? Is that
take his legs out?
Yeah, is that what you need to stop this? Like, this isn't competitive. It hasn't been competitive for like 4 rounds. I don't know what more you want.
They should let me ref. I'll be a great ref in there.
I will be more British than the Brit refs.
I actually did the reffing course in Saskatchewan, but I never got to ref a fight.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I wanted to do that. I just wanted to do I wanted to pass the 10 count test, where like they run you versus stopwatch and make sure that you can count 10 properly.
Dude, actually, I might go. My coaching thing just expired for USA Boxing, so I could probably like apply for like a ref one or like a judging.
Judging is, from what I understand, it's actually really easy to get into to start.
Yeah,
because there's
like the high
amateur
school stuff.
Right, there's amateur stuff everywhere that need judges. So
Yeah, they said they're like really like in need of like just officials. So it sounds like my calling's been answered.
maybe if you have a discreet night in with Tony Weeks, you might be able to get into the world level. Just real quick.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. All right, moving on. Saturday, June 29th. Let's. What do we want to do? Phoenix or Miami first?
I'll do Phoenix first, since you guys were there.
All right, cool. Yeah. I was in the building for this one. Footprint Center. That's like a 20-minute drive from me. It's great.
That's nice.
From the bottom up, I walked in when Leo Rubaclava got the UD over William Flanoy, and then we were sitting down. I was sitting down for Fabian Rojo. His last name is Red. Versus Daniel Gonzalez. He got the stoppage in 2. And then I got to watch the full fight of Gabe Murataya. He got the UD over Carlos Fontes. Good stuff. Okay. It was entertaining, but this was a situation where it's like the smaller guys not getting a stoppage. Yeah, this is what it was. Like Murataya should have gotten the stoppage. Should have been able to anyway. Then like 3 hours later, the main portion of the card starts. Yamileth Mercado, the WBC Super Bantamweight champ, brings in Ramla Ali, and I counted them. There were 5 Somalian flags in the arena. It was pretty cool. Ramla Ali. She's from Mogadishu, so
she's not Ali.
No, she's not granddaughter of.
Okay.
Cousin of Nico. No.
I had to ask because since Nico was fighting, I was like, they're on different cards.
Yeah.
No, her life story is kind of crazy. Apparently, they're making a movie, according to the commentators.
She's getting a documentary made about her because, like, no shit, you're coming out of Mogadishu. That is a serious deal. It really is. And just to make it to world level boxing, I know, like with the lower weights and with women, it's a little bit easier, but you're still getting to the world level of boxing. That's something.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she was an Olympic.
Yeah.
I want to say silver medalist, some sort of medalist.
Even if you just make the Olympic team, that's still something.
That's impressive.
It's still something. Unless you're maybe like the daughter of the sports director of like UAE, and he just pays for his daughter to go be an Olympian for a week. And
just hang out with the squad.
Yeah, she just gets fucking creamed in every event that she's in. We're not talking about the Olympic Village, Drip. All right, let's cool it down here.
My apologies.
But
that is a huge problem in some of the weirder events. Like, wasn't it one year someone was in archery that never hit the target?
Yeah.
Archery's Olympic event?
It happens. It does happen where like obscure sort of countries send somebody to do like
the village idiot,
right? To do competitive shuffleboard or some whatever stupid shit. But Ramla is not that. She's a solid athlete. I would say she's a level below the championship level. She might want to consider maybe moving back down to bantamweight and competing there because she doesn't have power. I also feel like
she's doing too many things. She's not crazy like Ryan Garcia, but she's got too much shit outside of the ring. She's also like a model and stuff.
Oh,
didn't know that.
I feel like she's trying to do too much. She's being an activist and a model and a boxer, and I'm sure she's involved with the documentary. And
I wonder
if too much going on.
Yeah, if her involvement with the documentary has been detrimental to her fighting, because throughout the filming portion, this is when she has been poor in the ring. So yeah, you're right. Doing too much. As far as like being an activist, like other fighters are activists in all sorts of things. So. But,
I'm not saying you can't do
yeah.
two things, but like she's trying to do
4 things.
4 or 5 full-time jobs.
But Mercado gets the win. He's pretty easy UD. Moving up, this was the hometown kid, Arturo Popoca. He gets the majority decision over Danny Barrios. Danny was the hometown kid, and when he came in to the ring and they announced him, he's from the Phoenix area, the crowd lost their fucking minds for him, and I wanted to. I wish I could have. And then towards the end of the fight, I'm like, man, I really hope that you lose. This was not great. He really stunk it out. Towards the end, he was doing like the Oscar De La Hoya versus Trinidad, where I believe I won this fight, so I'm just gonna dance around and avoid for whatever. Like, bro, you need to do stuff.
That's not how I read that, actually, watching it on TV. He was getting his ass kicked, and he started trying to box more at the end.
We were talking about that, where it looked like you were telling me, because I was saying like, this is what I'm seeing here from my perspective, and you were telling me this is what I see from the television camera, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Based on what I could see, that makes perfect sense. Like, he's getting, anytime he got into an exchange, he has a solid chin. I will give him that. But he didn't land anything of note in return every time that he caught something clean. And
right,
you can't just dance away from it.
He was losing on the inside, and his corner, I think they didn't have his corner on, but I think they probably told him, like, you're getting your ass kicked on the inside, get back out on the outside.
Don't get in close, because he's working you inside. And that's what I was thinking. Like, I said in the chat, this is where having Robert Garcia in your corner, this is where it pays dividends as we start getting into these later rounds. Both of these kids are undefeated. They both have a very solid skill set. It's just that they oppose each other. And Popoca was the one making the adjustments. And the only adjustment that they gave, what it seemed to me, and what you just confirmed that they gave to Barrios, is dance around outside. Like, just don't let him touch you, and you'll win the round? Question mark? What the fuck were they thinking? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're not losing.
It's like some Sonny Edwards shit.
Yeah, but it did feel like it was like, well, you can't win on the inside, so get on the outside, and maybe, like, you won the early rounds. Maybe if you win the last rounds, you can feel it. Yeah.
But speaking of Sonny Edwards, goodness gracious, co-main event, Sonny Edwards, he gets the doctor stop in 9, so they went to the judges and he got the UD over Adrian Curiel. You might remember him with his no chingas fights. Sonny, bro, I know that you're listening, because you and I, we're good homies, but I'm gonna need you to, if you're gonna do this like matador shit, you need to actually punch the other guy. I'm just I am Captain Casual over here, so what the fuck do I know? But
Captain Casual. Yeah,
but like, if you just typically you're supposed to punch the other person and not get punched by them. I understand making people miss. It demonstrates your superior reflexes and your athleticism. I get that. But you are also supposed to punch the other person.
You do want to fight by punching.
He leads with his head, just like fucking Josh Warrington. Like, All of these British fighters lead with their heads so badly.
Yeah, and then he gets that split on his face, and I genuinely think that that the doctor was given like an extra nudge, like, hey, just pull this shit, please.
Yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah, you know what to do. Like, nobody is enjoying this. He is trying to do like that Mayweather style of shit where you just make them miss and then you make them look stupid, but nobody knows who you are, dog. So they're not hate watching you. There is no such thing. You weigh less than my fucking niece, my man.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say less than my meat. I was like, wow, I was going aggressive.
That is also true. It's just like you're 100. You're a flyweight. You don't get to do this. You can't. If you were in your hometown, yes, that's okay because you're surrounded by people who fucking love you. But you're in a crowd full of Mexican fans, like, who want that Mexican style fight. And
I was just gonna say, the only people who watch the lightweight classes are degenerates like me who just want to see 2,000 punches a fight. Nobody wants a slick boxer at flyweight.
Fuck
no,
no.
not at all. Flyweight's already unpopular. I hate to say it, like, unpopular as it is.
You don't have to hate to say it. It's fucking true. Like, nobody fucking cares enough. It's already a problem getting people to watch the lower weight divisions. This sort of fight, yes, Sonny, awesome. That was great. You're really good. You're really good. Awesome. You pulled up a guy from light flyweight, and then you made him look silly. But nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows who any of you are.
And now we're all confused.
and now everybody fucking hates you. If they hear your name, they're going to dislike you now. Because you bored the shit out of them. Worse than the very unfortunate women's fight before.
And worse than the main card. Main fight itself.
Yeah.
In Miami.
Anyway, I need to stop raising my blood pressure over Sonny fucking Edwards.
I'd say, get a drink, my friend.
Yeah.
lower the blood pressure.
Not worth it.
Enough Sonny talk. That's more than he fucking deserves at this point.
Yeah, I feel bad because Raz is a huge Sonny fan.
Is he?
Unless he's just memeing, but I'm pretty sure Raz is a big Sonny fan.
Please make sure to tag him and send the podcast to him. Sorry,
right.
like, Raz, my man, like,
this whole past like 10-minute section that's tanned like
I've just been
this
shitting on Sonny the whole time.
This tirade going on right now.
And
it's gonna be hard to build.
I'm still doing this. Bam, Bam Rodriguez.
Yes,
Bam,
on to the main event.
Yes, Bam Rodriguez stops Juan. Oh, I don't want to say it. Can somebody else, please?
Go on, you gotta say it. You can't just go on that. You can't go on that tirade. And just...
my heart hurts. Juan Francisco Estrada gets stopped in 7 for the WBC 115 title. Bam Rodriguez, goodness fucking gracious.
This Bam is fucking amazing. There's nobody in his weight class is gonna beat him right now.
118 down. There's nobody.
Yeah. I would like to see him versus Nakatani.
Oof. That's good.
Yeah, that's a
I
banger.
favor Bam, but yeah.
I don't know. I think that's just a straight up 50-50.
Yeah, that's there's no favorite in that one.
I was saying, so after in the post-fight presser, nobody else came out. It was just Bam, Robert, and Eddie. And typically the undercard guys come out and whatever the fuck. And I wanted to ask, I was telling Romeo and Red, like, everybody asks all the typical quote unquote boxing questions, like, oh, what do you think about so and so? How do you feel about your performance in so and so? You know, all those dumb fucking questions that everybody asks.
The generic questions, yeah.
Exactly.
Like the textbook questions, pretty much.
I'm not ESPN. I'm not NBC Sports.
I am B-sides boxing.
I am boxing B-sides. I don't give a fuck what you think about all that shit. What I care about is how you walked around the ring after the fight. Was that you doing the Gladiator movie? Were you doing the Spaniard fucking walk around? Like, are you fucking entertained? Are you entertained? That is what I want to ask him. I have had a chance to speak to that young man a few times. And every time I ask him the stupidest, like, according to all the boxing press around me, I ask the stupidest questions. Pardon me, you all ask the same ones. So tell me who's stupid here.
Who's the idiot?
I'm having a conversation.
You know what it is? There's probably just some like unwritten like media like etiquette that like they all follow. Like, you know, you don't ask like certain questions or X, Y, and Z.
Right?
Yeah, it's probably some like unwritten.
Sometimes they ask the most like rude fucking questions.
Yeah.
Like after Usyk's win, when they asked about his dad, I'm
That
like,
was
guys, he
weird.
said in the last interview, like, this shit bothers him. Just leave him alone. Like,
that's something that the Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. I was for. Thank you, MVP, for having me out at the post-fight presser. They were talking like the different MMA fighters that were on the card, and they all came out and they're like, "Don't ask me stupid fucking questions." And I asked, "What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean stupid fucking questions?"
Yeah, what is a stupid question?
Yeah, what do you mean stupid fucking questions? I don't know what you're talking about. And Uriah Hall was like, "Okay, like, you're boxing media? I can tell. In MMA, they like people will like read tweets to you, like fucking Jack Johnson said that you suck balls. What do you say to that?" And that's what they mean by stupid questions.
that is stupid.
It's really
very stupid.
But that's what they do, is to try to like foment animosity.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. And so like I'm curious, what were the Usyk stupid questions? I'm not following it. Did his like father pass away or something? Or
So yeah, his father died years ago,
Oh.
like when he won the Olympics.
Oh no.
But
that was a long time ago.
Early on, he said, like in his cruiserweight days, that his father would come and visit him before his fights
in his
dreams.
mind. Yeah, in his mind.
Yeah.
Of course.
But after he beat AJ, he had this long answer about how he told his dad, "It's enough. You just go rest in heaven, and you be there, and I'll be here, and
Leave
quit."
me alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to worry anymore. I've
Yeah.
done it.
I get it. I really do.
So after the Fury fight, someone asked him if he dreamt about his dad. And I'm like, guys, fuck
come
off
on,
with this
dude.
shit. Like,
He answered that fucking question with the definitive. I told my father, like, love him to bits, but I told him, leave me alone. We're good. I'm good. You're good. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that one really bothered me, and it made Usyk cry, and I was like, come on, guys.
It's like, can fighters like, can they reject questions? I'm sure they can, or they just say like, I'm not trying to answer this question.
It would be nice if they did. I
think they don't.
They
like,
don't.
They could, but
they
usually
should,
they
but
don't.
They could, but they don't.
I feel like I don't have the patience to do like a post like press fight conference. As like, if I was a fighter after a fight, and now I gotta sit here in front of media and answer these stupid ass questions, like I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, but getting back to the fight, Estrada didn't look old and washed. But no, I thought Estrada looked pretty good. I just think Bam's amazing.
That's what I was. The little bit that I stopped going into the main chat because spoilers, but that's what I was saying there. It's like, man, Bam is him. This is the guy. The joke that we were making was that Bam is what Lomachenko fans wish Lomachenko was.
Ooh, that is a hot take.
It is. Are you upset? Casual fan spotted.
It's a hot take, but it's a good take, honestly. Someone had to say it.
It's a hot take, yes. It's if this was like 3 years later, yes, but that it's a questionable one. It's a hot one. It's one for discussion, and that's what I like. I think it was Red that made that one. So tag him.
Their styles are just so different. I find it hard to compare.
They're super similar. Bam's himself, he says his like pivoting and his positioning, he styles that after Lomachenko. He said himself.
Bam has amazing footwork.
Yeah,
he does. But I just mean he's also more aggressive and he's a better inside fighter.
Oh,
yeah,
by far.
Yeah,
by far.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I'll agree with that. It was just like I've had a chance to talk to him a few times, and he always mentions Lomachenko as one of his inspirations.
And I can see it with the pivots and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that they are very different styles, though. Mm-hmm. You can pick
it's not
parts
one for
from
one.
somebody else, but it doesn't make you the same. I think Bam's more exciting and more fun to watch.
Yeah, Bam mentioned...
By far.
He mentioned the other 115, like the Superfly Legends or Superfly Kings in as well, like besides Lomachenko, who like just for the feet, but also the counterpunching from Estrada or the aggressiveness from Roman Gonzalez and Rungvisai. Like he's not shy about saying like there are a lot of guys who influence what I am right now, and what I thought was really nice was just how much he was deferential to Estrada. Like this is a guy, first ballot Hall of Fame right here. Like I don't know anybody who doubted me before today. I don't know what more you want. Like this is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know what else you want.
Yeah, and Bam just seems like a good kid too. Like there's not that many boxers that will admit that they're trying to learn from other boxers.
The boxers that they're
while
in
they're
the
still
ring
fighting,
with.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like everybody talks about historical boxers that they try and mimic and stuff, but nobody gives their opponents that much credit usually.
Eddie, all of them, Eddie, Robert, and Bam, were all making it very clear. Like this is like as far as Bam goes, from the waist up, this is who you want to be. This is the guy you want to be. This is the counterpunching you want to emulate. This is the guy that you want to be. Shinada, you mentioned you wanted to talk more about Bam's potential opponents.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have time and you want to, I thought them saying Inoue next was the dumbest shit I have ever heard. Like, I was sitting in the bar with old Japanese men who didn't speak English, and I laughed so loud that they all looked at me. And I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
And they all just kind of were like, yeah. Like,
this isn't a knock.
He has so many...
Go ahead.
No, it's not a knock on Bam.
Yeah,
it's just,
for sure.
It's going up 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes.
Yeah.
To fight a fucking all-time great, in my opinion. Like, Bam is also great, but you don't jump weight to go fight the best in decades.
Someone tell that to Tank and Terrence Crawford, please.
Well, I think that's also ridiculous. But I think Crawford has a much better chance of beating Canelo than Bam does of beating Inoue.
I would agree with that.
I can say that too, yeah.
I would say I would liken it to Marquez jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Mayweather back in the day. That was a big jump for Marquez. As awesome as he was at the time, and as he was later in his career, that was too much at the moment. And for Bam, it would be the same thing, I think, anyway.
Yeah, well, and there's good fights to make for Bam, like way closer to his weight class. Even if you stick to Japan, he could fight Ioka, is the same weight class.
Yeah.
He could fight Nakatani first. Bam Nakatani would be really fun.
Man, that size differential, because Nakatani is super tall and rangy for the weight class. That would be interesting.
Yeah, no, it would be a bit of a strange fight, but I think it would be a fun fight. Like, I think Bam has a good chance in that one, actually.
Kosei Tanaka is still rolling around. His only loss is to Kazuto Ioka, so it's not. That's not something to. It wasn't like a fraud check. It's like you lost to a really good dude, and you're back in your winning ways. So that's another fight that's out there.
Like, there's lots of good fights to make for Bam without doing these stupid circus fights that everybody's talking about right now.
Yeah, it's just people wanting to be hyperbolic and like headlines, and I don't know, trying to stir up drama where it doesn't exist.
It annoys me.
Yeah, it is. It's annoying.
Really annoys me. But Bam did mention he would like to fight the winner of Ioka
And Martinez. Yeah.
Martinez, yeah.
Which what he should be doing.
Yeah. And I think that's a good fight.
Yeah.
And I have a ticket. It's actually getting delivered sometime before noon.
Ooh.
So I'm so excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Is that perfect transition to previews? And we could just but let's get to the main event. Teofimo Lopez.
It was not good.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez. He exists. And Steve Claggett also exists in the same ring. They existed together for 45 minutes.
Claggett came and tried.
I think Claggett did really well, honestly, for what it's worth. Like, he just applied pressure. It did what he could. Like, I think for his skill level, he did as best as he could.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he came and he gave it his best shot. He's just not that good.
Yeah, but for not being that good, like his C-level fighter, like I think he did great against Tio. Obviously, he lost like a shutout, but he applied his pressure. He landed some decent shots. I think can't ask for more than that.
Well, you're all a lot more favorable than I would be. That was dog shit.
What did you expect Claggett to come in and do, though?
Yeah.
I mean, Tio was dog shit. Tio should have got him out 4 rounds.
Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, that's what I was expecting, was Tio to, this is a guy who he does not belong in the same ring as you. You get him out of here. You don't spend 12 rounds with him. You fuck him up and you get him out.
Here's how I look at it. I think that fight was worse for Tio than it was for Claggett.
Yeah.
Sure, Claggett lost, but everyone's kind of
right.
Claggett's a C-level fighter. Tio won, but it's like, dude, you should have won that 8 rounds ago with ease. Your face shouldn't be swelled up either.
Yeah, his eyes were fucked after that.
I don't know if it was Ant or who. Maybe it was Ant or who it was, but I think Ant was saying Tio's kind of just fucking around.
He is. He was. He carried it for sure.
Yeah,
But why? Why do you do that, Tio?
Yeah. Why? Question mark. Yes, I don't know, but he did. It looked to me like he did.
Oh.
All right. Really quickly. Excuse me. In Australia, I think this is actually the night of on the West Coast here in the US, it's at 23 on Tuesday, it's 0102 on Wednesday, July 10th on the East Coast. No Limit Boxing is having an event at the Wynn Entertainment Arena in Sydney. There are some, the co-main is okay, is Liam Wilson versus Youssef Dib, so that's fine. But the main event, Sam Goodman, 18-0, is facing Tachitana Luangphone, 12-round super bantams. Sam Goodman, he's one of the few names that is in talks in the conversation with Inoue. And as I understand it, Inoue is fighting a dude that Sam Goodman beat for some reason. I don't know why, question mark. Probably a mandatory situation. I don't know. I didn't really look into it, to be completely honest, but I don't know. Just wanted to put Sam Goodman on your radar. If you're not already tracking him, if you keep up with Inoue, you should be knowing who Sam Goodman is at this point. I don't know.
I don't know why. It must have been a timing thing more than anything, because Sam Goodman came in the ring after the last Inoue fight.
Which is cool. That's good.
Yeah. I just mean, like, I really thought they were lining up that fight next. I don't know why he's fighting. I don't even remember the guy's name right now.
Tachitana Luangfon versus Inoue. Yeah, I don't remember the dude that Inoue is fighting either. Let me grab it.
Doltree or something, is it?
So, what's important to point out about that, like, a storming of the ring shit, it wasn't a storming, but like when you bring an opponent into the ring, it's important to note that all of the promotional managerial entities involved with that event know that this is going to happen, because the person going into the ring needs to be credentialed properly. I saw this. She's a professional photographer, does a lot of sporting events, mostly boxing, some MMA, but her name is Esther Lin. She was almost like exclusive with Showtime for the longest time. But I saw her recently at the Estrada Bam fight, and she had like 3 fucking bracelets that got her to the apron, the side of the ring, not in the ring access until post fight. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's a lot of credentialing that needs to go, a lot of background checking and that type of shit that goes into somebody coming into the ring after just immediately after a fight. I've seen fighters
well, and I suspect Goodman flew up from Australia.
Fuck yeah,
he probably wasn't coming to watch in a way on his own dime anyways.
No, that what I was gonna say is I've seen fighters try to come into the ring without proper clearance and they get turned away, regardless of how good of opponents they may or may not be. But when they allow you in, it's because the promotional managerial entities involved with the fights, with both fights, are aware of it. They're sanctioning it. They want it to happen. This is like where we start building our fight, like between our two guys. So if they're having Sam Goodman come into the ring with Inoue, they're in talks, and talks are going well. I think Sam Goodman has to clear this hurdle. Inoue has his like bullshit that he has to get over, and they're gonna mix it up.
I don't think Sam Goodman can hang with Inoue, but
No.
I don't think anyone can hang with Inoue.
Not even close.
Oh, okay. I want to ask like a really hyperbolic one. Manny Pacquiao, when he first won his first title at 122, what do you think? Inoue right now versus Pacquiao
Inoue right now.
then?
Pacquiao.
You think Pacquiao?
I think Pacquiao. Call me crazy.
I
No,
don't.
I'm not calling you
don't.
crazy.
You're not crazy, but
It's
I think
it's a fair
Inoue
assessment.
would get caught.
Mhm.
Inoue would get caught, but I think he would adjust. I think it would be like close to Donaire 1.
I see what you mean. Okay.
Inoue would get caught, he'd get hurt a little, he'd figure it out, and I think his counter punching and everything, Pacquiao would rush in like he always did, and he'd get caught.
At 122, he wasn't as intelligent of a fighter, or as he was later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I guess
young
my question with that
Pacquiao was very aggressive and very reckless, I think is the word I'm looking for.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess my question with that is like, what if he doesn't give him a chance to recover after he hurts him? Because if he's just rushing in that pressure, is he going to give him a chance to really recover?
I just think Inoue could make enough space and make Pacquiao respect him enough that he would get time. But I don't know. I mean, you don't know. But I just think Inoue would adjust.
Well, he definitely
especially
will.
Inoue now. Inoue now could keep Pacquiao off of.
Inoue right now, yes. But what was something that popped to mind was when you said that he could get Pacquiao's respect. I was thinking about it, just thinking on Pacquiao's career, and like Marquez had 3 fights with him, and despite Marquez like getting the worst for wear, despite the power in his counterpunching, like Pacquiao didn't give a shit. He just kept coming forward anyway, and that culminated in number 4 with a knockout. But
yeah, I don't know.
Overconfidence could be his weakness, and then Inoue was able to take advantage of that. It's possible.
Yeah, I could see either one of them winning.
Right.
I'm not saying it's 100% guarantee. I just think if you ran that fight 5 times, I think Inoue would probably win 4 of them.
Oh, I was going to say 3-2, but you know what's...
I don't know. His timing's so good, and Pacquiao, especially at 122,
his
was
adjustments are really
reckless
good.
as hell.
Inoue's adjustments right now at 122 are fantastic.
I think unless Pacquiao knocks him out early, and knocks him out early, I just think Inoue wins it.
Man, that brilliant. Go me.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. I was gonna say 2-3 as well.
I'm really
4-1 is.
I am so glad that you fucking went Pacquiao from the beginning, because otherwise, if you didn't, I was gonna go hard Pacquiao just to try to.
I'm definitely still Pacquiao, but
man,
I just think
what an amazing 5-fight series that would be, right?
It could go just either way. It's so close that you can't. You can make a case for both of them.
3-2 either way would not surprise me. 4-1 is that would be impressive, super impressive.
4-1, I'm saying Pacquiao had the flu at least one fight.
Jordan flu game, and he still put up how many points? So
just like when Triple G had the flu or something against Derevchenko, that's what I'm gonna call it as.
Oh yeah, flu question mark. No limit.
I did finally find who Inoue is fighting, and it's Doheny, not Dotry. Doheny. I've never paid attention to.
I've never heard of him, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I was gonna Google him, but I couldn't figure out how to spell his name.
Doheny. He's an Australian.
Awesome.
He used to have a belt. Yeah, it's super Irish.
Irish ass name.
I think I've seen one of his fights before, but
when the fuck did he fight Goodman? TJ Doheny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, here he is.
Well, they're both Australian. I imagine they fought at some point.
Doheny, he lives in Australia now, but he's Irish. Fucking nailed it, man.
Damn.
Thank you, boxing, for teaching me random ass obscure country names.
Half of Australian last names are Irish, anyways.
If you know how Australia, the white population in Australia came to be, then yep. Of course they are. Right, but that's enough Australia talk. All right, let's move on. ProBox TV, really quickly.
Cares.
Yeah. At the White Sands /ProBox Event Center in Palm City, Florida. Just from the bottom up, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know who a lot of these guys are.
Yeah, no idea.
Jonas Sylvain versus Josiah Shackelford, 6-round middleweights. Welgen Mindoro versus Tyler Goodjohn, 8-round middleweights. Naji Lopez versus Steven Sumter, 8-round light heavies. Nicholas Flas versus Alfredo Escarcega, 10-round welters. And Katsuma Akitsugi versus Jesus Rubio, 10-round bantamweights. Despite me not knowing who all of these people are, I'm certain that there are going to be some awesome fights here. Watch. If you can, watch it.
Yeah, I have been so impressed with all the ProBox matchmaking.
ProBox.
I don't know who anyone is, but the fights are very competitive and entertaining 90% of the time.
Yep. And even if you can't watch it live, even if you already know the results going into it, it doesn't matter. If you have the chance to watch these cards, watch them. If you can watch them live, great. If you can't, rewatch them later. Doesn't matter. Like, this is a fight fan's like dream. This is what you want. You want even fights, a lot of knockouts, a lot of fucking brutal fights. This is what you want. This is what you're getting. So this is what you need to be paying attention to.
ProBox is what I want promotion companies to be all the time. They can't, because fighters would just die. But I also love, I was watching last week and they didn't bring the blood smocks, and they were complaining that they got blood all over their suits again. So
that's something. I would have thought that they just have them on hand all the time. You would think.
It wasn't in the regular arena last time.
They were
They weren't in Florida.
They were in DC. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
right.
I guess the DC venue didn't get the memo of having plastic rain jackets for them to wear. But Algieri was complaining that his dry cleaning expenses were going up again.
I remember that, and he had somebody who was new to the table, and they were asking like, "Oh, well, what do you expect, Algieri? Like, this isn't what do you expect getting blood on your clothes or whatever?" And it's like, I'm sorry, this is ProBox TV. I get blood on my shit every other week, and I'm not paying for this shit all the time.
Yeah.
It
is legitimately funny how much they talk about getting blood all over the clothes.
All right. Moving along, on the 12th, this is a Friday, taken in Nicaragua at the Polideportivo Alexis Arguello. It's a commemorative arena for Arguello, who's the premier Nicaraguan fighter.
If you like old fights to watch on YouTube,
Alexis
Arguello
man.
fights are fucking amazing.
Salvador Sanchez, Alexis Arguello, JCC. Like, if you want action, this is a guy you're going to be wanting to check out. And his protege is headlining a really, feels like a nothing card. He's fighting Robert Barrera from, I believe, Colombia, 27-5. I think, Shanada, we were talking about this because Roman Gonzalez was in with Bam's camp so much. I think he spent enough time training that I've already had like 3/4 of a camp anyway, might as well do something with it. But
and Chocolatito's getting really old, so if he wants to have like
I think Chocolatito's
bullshit fights,
he's a few months older than me. Like, god damn it.
I was gonna say, like,
Damn.
Again, we're the same age.
We're
when I call
super
him
close. Yeah, we're super close to the same age.
Yeah. Chocolatito's not going to have very many more fights. If he wants to fight in his home country and just
fight at
have
home,
a party, basically.
Have a fucking cookout, have some fights, and then you like walking around the crowd, like saying hi to everyone, and then your main event comes up and just like beat up the shitter from Colombia, who has a decent-ish record, whatever. Yeah,
I mean, you do you, man. Chocolatito can do whatever the fuck he wants.
At this point, this is one of those legends of the living legends of the sport. Like, do whatever.
But Chocolatito's been a living legend for 10 years. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well then, moving along. On the 13th, Top Rank is having a card at the Palms Casino in Vegas. That is the black and like red and blue tower. That is just off Flamingo, over the bridge. So, Art Barrera Jr.
I have never been to Vegas.
Yeah, it's well, I'll just I don't want to say anything not nice, so I'm not going to say anything at all. Art Barrera.
Honestly, if I went to Vegas, I would go shoot guns and drive ridiculous cars. I would like
Yeah,
not participate in the
place.
script.
Yeah, that is the place that you can do that. If you drive just outside of Vegas, there's a spot just over the Arizona border where you can, if you want to do like truck mounted machine guns, like 50 cals and stuff, you can do it there.
Fuck yeah.
You can do
Nice.
that there, and you could shoot it. I think they do have RPGs. I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You could do 50 cal Barretts, the sniper rifle. So yeah, they have all that stuff just over the Nevada Arizona border. All right, going up from the bottom, Art Barrera Jr. versus Javier Mayoral. These are 6-round welterweights. Charlie Sheehy versus Ricardo Quiroz, 8-round super lights. Jonathan Lopez versus Leonardo Padilla, 8-round super feathers. Ruben Villa versus Sulaiman Segawa, 10-round feathers, excuse me. Ray Muayataya versus Tevin Farmer, 10-round lightweights.
I have said this before. I am so shocked that Tevin Farmer is fighting again.
I think this has the potential to be his retirement. Murataya, aggressive, sharp puncher. For some, if somebody doesn't have the technique to avoid it, then they're gonna get hit. And I don't think Tevin Farmer has it at this point.
No, I am legitimately worried for Tevin Farmer's
Long-term health. Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about it on the show a couple times. That last televised fight, he had some sort of brain damage when they were interviewing him afterwards. Not the, I can't talk anymore, but there was some motor thing firing that he didn't want to be firing, if you know what I mean.
Right, he's twitching a little bit. Yep.
Not a little bit, really bad.
Yeah,
it looked like a Tourette's tick, like one of the really big, obvious Tourette's ticks. Anyways, I hope Tevin Farmer is good. I hope so. I am wrong, and it could be a really good fight, but I don't think it is. I think Murataya just kind of walks through him.
I think that's kind of the point. Is this is a decently recognizable name. 30-35-1. He I think at his peak, when he was getting paid stupid money with Matchroom USA when they first launched on the Zone, he was 33-4-1. You know what I mean? So he has not taken quote unquote taken a lot of damage since then, but if you actually watch the fights, you know that he has. And he's being put in with Murataya so that he can take advantage of that. This isn't going to go well. I really don't. I agree with you. I don't think this is going to go well.
Yeah, I don't know. And depending how it goes, it's probably Farmer's last fight.
To be really dark with it, I was thinking of who's that young man on the Naoya Inoue undercard, and he was in and he was in his 8th. Wasn't it his 8th or single-digit fights? Yeah. That was really sad. Yeah, and Tevin Farmer's taken a lot more punishment than that. And Murataya is he can be pretty nasty if he starts getting into his rhythm. I'm not feeling this for Tevin Farmer, but it's not like I have his phone number to text him.
Yeah, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Main event: Janibek Alim Khanuli versus Andre Mikhailovich. Excuse me. IBF WBO middleweight titles will be on the line.
This should be good, I think.
You think so?
No, you don't think so?
No, I was just gonna say I think this is I think that middleweight is Janibek's division to run, and I don't see a lot of difficulties standing in his way.
Oh, I think Janibek's gonna win. But I think while it lasts, it should be exciting. Mikhailovich throws a lot of punches. Or do I have the wrong person?
No, Andre Mikhailovich, he's from New Zealand. Fun.
Not a last name I would.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Oh, I might have the wrong person then. I'm really bad at names.
He has a ton of stoppages, but these are also
New Zealand level
right.
stoppages.
Who, question mark?
Right.
I would expect this to go about the same level as Stephen Butler.
Oh, fair, I guess. Anyways.
But yeah, there you go. That's the top ranked card. It's kind of a gimme. Another gimme. In Philadelphia, we have Boots Ennis coming back with his new promoter. Matchroom card. Khalil Ko versus Manuel Gallegos, 10-round light heavyweights are opening it up. Well, the televised-ish portion. The Sky Nicholson, Diana Vargas, WBC featherweight. Jaleel Major Hackett versus Peter Dobson, 10-round welterweights. Henry LeBron versus Christopher Diaz-Velez, 10-round super feathers. And the full IBF welterweight title on the line versus champion Jaron Ennis and challenger David Avanesian. Cody Crowley dropped out of this a long time ago, so Avanesian is not a terrible pickup for a replacement. Not as good, but not terrible.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Boots. Like, I just don't know. He's really good, but I don't know if I like him.
What has you questioning it?
It's that just like a gut feeling. I don't know how, I can't articulate it. I guess maybe he's just not very exciting to me.
I see.
But maybe it's just because he always wins fairly easily.
Yeah, it's what's weird. Like what was surprising to me was that Royman Villa took him pretty close to the edge, or close to the distance, and that was did not expect that. Royman Villa is one of those, like, I guess, quote unquote Mexican style flat foot, trademark Mexican flatfoots, even though he's from Venezuela. Yeah. But yeah, he came.
You don't have to be from Mexico to be a Mexican fighter.
To be a flatfoot Mexican, yeah. They're fucking everywhere. With a sequin, I guess. Should have been the telltale, but man.
Yeah, he probably does wear sparkles when he walks, doesn't he?
Avanesian, trying to remember Shane Mosley in 2016. I was at
Let's say Avanesian's been around for a while.
He's been around for a bit. So he fought Shane Mosley at what is now the Desert Diamond. But what's funny about it is I was there in the area because it's really close to where I live, and Shane Mosley and his wife were riding their bikes like around the arena selling tickets. It was kind of sad.
Wow.
And I saw him. I was like, and fuck, like he saw me see him, so he knew he had one. You know, he hooked one, and he came over.
Yeah, this is somebody who recognizes me.
Exactly. He came over. He's like, yeah, you know who I am. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course I know who you are. And he's like, well, do you know that I'm fighting tonight? Well, I knew that you were fighting, like, I don't know, somewhere nearby soon. Like, yeah, no, I'm fighting tonight, and I have tickets right here. If you want to get in, you got tickets right here. Well, okay. might as well.
Why not?
Yeah, how am I gonna say no to you, like, to Shane fucking Mosley right in front of my face?
Right to his face.
Yeah, like, you like, come on, you know that you want to go in, and yes, I do. I really, really do. Well, you win that argument, sir. But
yeah. That is super awkward.
Yeah, it is putting you on the spot. So that was 2016, May of 2016. Oh, that's quite some time ago. God damn it! Every time we record, I realize just how old I'm getting. But yep,
we are old.
Yep. So Shane Mosley versus David Avanesian. That was 8 years ago, and now he's fighting Jaron Ennis. He fought Terrence Crawford. He got stopped in 6. I do not imagine that he got any better from now to then.
No.
Cody Crowley, I would like to say that it was a kindness that someone did him with him being pulled off the card, because that was not going to go well for him either. I think Jerron.
No, Jerron Ennis is really good. I don't know why I don't get excited about his fights.
Do you think it's because he is just so, like, his opponents are so overmatched? It doesn't really matter who it is.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I was trying to say earlier. They're not exciting because they're so one-sided. It's not even that Ennis has a style that is not exciting. It's just nobody makes it exciting. I don't know.
I would refer to him as like a really solid mix, 70-30 mix of 70% Terrence Crawford, 30% Errol Spence. He's really exciting and very technically sound. But God, I'm looking at the list right here, and there's just nobody on this list that is interesting. Ryan Garcia.
But that's what I mean.
Conor Benn.
Right? Like, I think Boots is very good and could be exciting, but he just never has the competition in the ring with him to get me excited.
Mario Barrios, Giasov, Brian Norman, and Montes Stanionis.
Stanionis could be fun.
Stanionis could be fun. I think that
but...
would go like Royman Villa. Like, he'd have good spots, but it's not enough.
Yeah, but like you said, that's probably his most exciting fight so far. Like...
Man, I was saying it, I don't know how long ago, but that welterweight is about to be dead. As much as everyone calls it a glamour division, it's about to be dead. It already is.
There's just nobody in it right now.
Right, there's nobody there.
It's not that there's nobody in it. It's just like, yeah, there's not enough people who are good enough to make exciting fights regularly.
Yeah, I've been saying that with anytime we see a middleweight, and I've lately started saying welterweights, like any random person who looks just decent. You look solid, you look all right. Yes, thank you. Finally, another person is in this division, like, able to do something with it. Even if Boots is gonna beat your ass for 8-9 rounds, like, whatever, it's just good to see somebody who presents a fucking modicum of a threat.
Yeah, and middleweight, who's even at middleweight right now?
Nobody. Adames looked like balls recently. Why is Jamal Charlo still the first one? Nope.
Because he's probably still the best one.
Hamza Shiraz, Janibek, Arslan Dilara. Well, never mind. So he is quote unquote 41. He's a Cuban 41. At Cuban 41, he is looking fucking awesome. But that's not gonna work against like Janibek or anybody who's decent. But there you have it. That's it for this card. Jerron Ennis, David Avanesian.
Gato.
One-sided beatdown. That's really all there is.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you're here at the end, thank you for listening this far. So this gets recorded in such a way that I chop it up for certain release dates, right? So if you want to check the uncut, to some extent unedited versions, you could go to patreon.com/LVXMediaNet and you can hear it. There's a lot that I cut out for this one in particular. I'll leave it at that. But if you want to check out other LVX Media content, you could go to LVXMediaNet on any social media, whatever app you like. That's the handle everywhere. If you cannot find it, we're not on it. Keep in mind, if you go to our social media pages, it's not just boxing content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this episode, this podcast, whatever the fuck the case is, 833-589-7637. You can call, you can text, whatever your preference is. you want to send a text message or you want to hit the DMs on social media, that's fine. If you want your audio cut into the there you go. Call, it goes straight to voicemail. No matter what, if you call, text, it's anonymous either way. If you want to check any of the other the other podcasts that we have, luxmediashows.com, that's where you can do that. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. That's where the shit goes. And so, parting words.
Happy 4th of July?
Yeah, I suppose.
No?
It's something. I don't usually celebrate.
Fair enough. We used to drive down to Montana. I grew up only 15 minutes from the border, so we'd go watch the fireworks.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun. You know what? I'll probably do that.
I always really like fireworks, so... And you'd sit in your car and change the radio station to the right station, and then, am I aging myself? Do people still do that? And then the fireworks match up the music?
I didn't do that ever at a fireworks display, just at drive-in movie theaters. That was it. Where
no, in Montana, everybody just parks in a field, like whatever field you can find parking.
Pretty much.
And then, yeah. It works like a drive-in theater. They don't have speakers set up or anything because that would cost money, and Montana, at least then, didn't have money. I can't imagine northern Montana has more money now. So
it definitely doesn't.
No, northern Montana is a fucking zombie apocalypse. Like, I took my boyfriend down from Eastern Canada, and he's like, "Those people are living in a house that has half of it has fallen down." And I was like, yeah, well, shit costs money, man.
The speakers at the drive-in, I don't remember when, but at one point they just didn't work anymore. And like if you didn't tune to the radio, you were not able to listen to the movie. Yeah, but still, it was fun. I had great times at the arcade, at the drive-in.
It's in the drive-in.
I didn't.
Man, we are really aging ourselves. We need to cut all of this.
I didn't want to watch the shit.
Start over.
I didn't want to watch the shit that my mom was watching or that she wanted to watch. So please, give me a $5, and that's enough to. That's enough.
Oh, now you're super aging yourself.
That's enough quarters.
What does $5 get you at an arcade?
Yeah, you put the $5 into the machine, and it just shits out quarters, and you have it. You have a pocket full of quarters that's gonna last you a couple hours. If you're actually good at the games, then it's it's gonna last you. But
I just mean, last time I was at an arcade, it was like $1.25 a game or something.
What the fuck? This has been the old school horsehair boxing gloves. Boxing B-sides. God damn.
Did you also used to collect cans to get into the movie theater?
When I went with my grandma, yes. Jesus. But she was an elementary school teacher, so she was a little bit more penny wise. God. All right, I'm gonna go despair over just how fucking old I am. But God, that's gonna do it for this.
Go set up your prescriptions for the next week. Yeah, well, there's our parting words. Make sure you take your medicine, and it's easier if you buy the little daily things.
Get the daily medication divider. It just makes the shit easier for you. You fill it up on Sunday night. For me, I fill it up on Sunday night, and there you go. you just have it for the week. That's what old people do. That's what champions do. God damn it. All right, that's it for this edition.
That's what Chocolatito's doing.
That is what Chocolatito does. That's what Estrada does. Okay? That's what Errol Spence does. I don't know how old he is, but he sure looks old as fuck. All right. That's cool. It. Thank you for listening to these editions, of the Boxing B-Sides. Fucking hit us up on social media. I want to hear. Tell me how much of a casual I am.